Mandate.
Welcome to Mandate, where we talk about main stuff and nothing is off the table. Welcome to our lockdown edition. We're back and we're going to do some interviews over the next few weeks. And we've got our special guest this evening, or whatever time you're watching this. We have our very own Mandate member, Phoenix. He's been part of the project for over a year now, and he's one of the core members. And thought it'll be cool we just bring him in, and because Phoenix is a young aspiring artist. He's involved with a lot of stuff. He's a proud Otarian, brought up in South Auckland, carries the hood on his back wherever he goes, and he's proud of it. He's a passionate hip-hop dancer, one of my favorite dancers to be exact. He's also a youth worker / teacher aide at Manurewa High School. He has his hands in different platforms where he's making some dosh, but he can talk about that later on. And he's also an aspiring actor. We're proud to see him hit our screens on TVNZ on the project The Panthers, where he played one of the characters, and he's also a soon-to-be dad. And so we want to talk about his life, talk about the things that he's involved with, and hopefully we get some, let's get some real talk. And Mandate's a platform where we talk about like stuff pertaining to our people, to our manhood, and where we get different perspectives, and we just lay everything out on the table, and no one's going to be judged, and it's up to you what you take out of these talanoas. But yeah, we just want to create that space, want to welcome my brother. So thank you also. Sorry for that long intro. If there's anything I missed, here's your chance.
Sure, also. Thank you, Charles. Damn, what an introduction. Malo Lover team, Malo Lele, Happy Tongue Language Week, and my name is Phoenix Puleanga, one of 5 of Mandate. Samoan Tonga Niuean, reigning from Safotu, Veitongo, and Alofi North. Born and bred in Otara, currently in Manurewa at the moment, but forever South Side. Nothing else. I'm just a human from Aotearoa, and I'm in it.
So, bro, Phoenix is very humble, and because he's part of the team, I'm gonna try to like really push him to bring out some of that awesomeness in him. But yeah, I just wanted to check in with you first, because it's been a while. Let's talk about lockdown, man. How's it been, bro?
Lockdown is good also. It's been good. We got about 7 in our bubble. I'm living with my partner and her partner. So we got her Nana's brother. My partner's 2 brothers, one of their sons and their cousin. So it has been a bit challenging not being with my family. But I'm so grateful, that this household is still about peace, about aroha, about love, about no one's barging about who's eating whose food or whatever, who's cooking for themselves, not for everyone. Like everyone's adults here, and we're all just keeping up about our wits about ourselves, whatever that phrase is. But it's been good. We've been doing work. I've been doing work with the students that I work with at Manurewa High School, and because of last year's lockdown, I feel like that was a real good prototype to kind of take into this year, and then just saw what worked, and it was easier to explain how to get online and how to upload work, and just to connect with our boys as well. But yeah, other than that, me personally, my mental was a bit off last week. I think the first 2 weeks were like, oh, sweet, I'm at home, not doing too much work as much as I'd be doing it at Manurewa High, but I'm saving. I'm like, there are a lot of things to be grateful for. I was getting a lot of rest. binge watching a few things, but then after that kind of sunk in, and then I think my high achieving mentality, I want to achieve some things. I think I was getting a bit like disappointed in myself, like, man, you could be doing some more things, you could be doing more than what you're already doing. And so this week has been way better than last week. I'm gonna be straight here, and this is a bit like disappointing for some people that might be watching, but again, nothing's off the table. We're starting off strong. But in the first week, I like to, there's something that I do where I kind of get like a pack of ciggies if I'm on vacation, or a pack of ciggies if I'm overseas, just to kind of like put my feet up. And in the first week of lockdown, I kind of decided, oh, yo, let's have I'm keen to chill, and so I was smoking for the first week and a half. And then, after I spent 100 on 3 packs, I was like, man, what am I even doing? So I stopped for the week. I was like, I knew it wasn't going to be permanent, and so I stopped. And then that last week was like, man, I don't know if I felt like a ciggy, or my mind was like, I want to get better, but I still want to, do the same bad habits or same things that give me, temporary stimuli or temporary fixated feelings. And so I was in a bit of a toss and turn. But my partner did give me one of these, which I'm going to quit very soon. These vapes, and to be honest, it's helped me, not think about that, but also it's also not helped me in the sense that I'm like still on something, that is dictating my emotions, I guess, or regulating, or whatever you call it. But so that was a bit weird last week, but I heard this Nipsey quote online, and he goes, would you rather be at peace with the world, would you rather be at peace with the world and at war with yourself, or would you rather be at peace with yourself and at war with the world? So that kind of hit me in a sense, like, man, I think I've just kind of like made a blanket statement on the world. I'm okay with whatever happens. I'm safe. I'm content with whatever is happening in the world. That doesn't affect me. But personally, I was still at war with myself. Like, man, I can do better than this. Like, I can upload some content. I can do this, do that. I can do some fitness, which, like I said before, I went on my first run, and it feels good. But that really struck me to be like, man, it's only up to me. No one's coming to save you. Like, you gotta really save yourself, and it takes, a certain amount of frustration at yourself to be like, man, that's it, man. Like, cut it out. What the same result comes from doing the same bull smack, eh? So that's been lockdown for me, but this week's been good. Been doing a bit more fitness. Went on my first run. But we're getting better. We're getting better. Sorry, I don't know if you wanted to know, but Siggy's was 35 now, 20 packs. Yep. As I was counting, 3 packs, 35, 70, 105 bucks for my third one. So I was like, yeah. I mean, these are like, if you want to quit smoking, these are good alternatives.
Yeah.
They're, that one was $20 for 2 packs, so $10 a pod. Average use maybe like 1 for 3 days, so a pack would last, $20 could last you a week. Yeah, as per some people, ciggies, it's a little bit tricky. Yeah.
And no wonder why all these young dudes are ramming into dairies, getting these smokes.
I know.
It's expensive. I quit when I was 16 bucks.
Sheesh, 20 pack.
20 pack. That was expensive. I was like, nah, this is too expensive. I'm gonna quit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The value of the dollar's changed as well.
Yeah. Oh, shot, bro. So let's talk a little bit about some of the stuff you're passionate about and that you're involved in.
Yep, thank you.
When I first met you, I knew, man, Phoenix the dancer. So you still passionate about dancing? And
Yeah. I've been thinking about doing dancing, like doing my own personal growth dancing. But in terms of like community wise, I think I have been thinking like I'm a vet in the game, and I'm almost like about to hang up my shoes or like my Michael Jackson glove. Because I don't know, I feel like this new generation of dancers is it's a bit tricky. Like there we have the freestyle community, we have the hip hop class community who takes classes and learns choreography. We have the freestyle community. We also have styles community, so crumping. I think there's a popping community. Yeah, and there's all these other different style communities, but a whacking community, a Vogue community. Yeah, and so I think for me, I came into dance like thinking, yo, I'm just here to perform, entertain, learn as much as I can. But and I feel like in this day and age, people are kind of gatekeeping the fun of dance. Like like you're not doing the foundations of this style right. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't be teaching this style because you didn't go to the masters and learn it from them. Which I understand as well in that sense. Um, yeah, learning the craft from the OGs. But I think it's a give and take where you gotta kind of like, if this is about expressing, if this is about having fun, if this is really about community, then I feel like it should be more on, enabling people to dance. Even if they're not getting it right, or even if they're not that good. It's about assisting to be better. It's about gently reminding them. Not ramming down rules or down people's throats and stuff. But yeah, and where I sit in that, I'd say I'm not the biggest on freestyling. I can freestyle, I can battle, but my expertise is more in the choreography and creating side. So yeah, that's where I'm at in terms of that. But I feel like I don't know, I haven't really missed dance because I'm still doing it. And whether I don't know, maybe I just got to find a new movement in myself. And so that's where that kind of is. Yeah. And with my baby coming along, I was, to be honest, trying to like kind of withdraw myself from all these dance crews so I can like, put some time into focusing into this process. Um, so yeah, it hasn't been the most fun, and I haven't been the most present with dancing at the moment. But I know it'll come around eventually, and I know I still got it. I always tell myself like, oh man, these guys are catching up. These young bucks are about to overtake you, bro. But no, I still trusted my movement. And with yeah. So it's definitely a passion for me, but I think I'm trying to spread myself out to be multifaceted, diverse in variety of arts. Um, but yeah, I think I'm just still developing my niche, still finding it, still building on that. But yeah, Miles.
that's me. For the viewers that don't know, Phoenix is I'm not too sure if you're part of a number of different dance crews, but one of the main ones that you're part of is world renowned, Prestige, and so Phoenix is he's quite well known in the hip hop industry. But I'm really interested in the whole idea of gatekeeping, because it almost sounds like are the gatekeepers, is there like a hierarchy in terms of like the OGs, and you don't want to step on their toes if you sort of like, hey, should be done this way, or you want to express yourself in another way, or is it, or you just instead, like
I
not trying to offend them, so you keep the peace.
I think it's more around gatekeeping the culture, gatekeeping the origins of hip hop. I mean, hip hop started with obviously in the Bronx in New York, so already it's a migrated culture. We didn't create it here in Aotearoa. Maybe we had aspects of it, and maybe we put a twist on it with our Polynesian movement, and other countries movement, other cultures movement. But yeah, I think it's people like really just saying, "Oh, you're doing that move wrong," or like, "Oh, you're not paying respect to the OGs," or into yeah. That's why with TikTok, man, I'm just like, I love that people are dancing. For one, I love that people are dancing first, and people are moving. Secondly, everyone is entitled to express. So that's the main thing. Everyone's happy when they're doing these challenges, doing these dances. Like, man, that should be all that matters at the end of the day.
That's mean. I think you're one of the only dancers that I've heard that really sort of given TikTok dancing a good light. Usually you hear dancers like talking down at TikTokers.
Yeah. You guys don't move your torso.
That's me.
Can you do these skills?
No, that's cool.
I have my own thoughts on that stuff, but still, dancing is dance, movement is movement, expressing is expression.
Cool. Before I get into like Phoenix, the youth worker, teacher aid, how you got into it, talk about what made you passionate about dancing, and then what's made you passionate about where you are now as a youth worker.
Oh, wow, that's a good question. Because it's kind of flipped in the sense like I was passionate about dancing because I was a part of the youth working that was happening in my hood back in Otara. And I might have said this like before on mandate, but I'm gonna keep saying it again, and I'm gonna give my mentors their flowers. So like Big Papa, Alan Vata, the dream team like that saved me. Tia Sui Mai, Tizo Petero, Tizo, who was the leader of our hood. He was the mentor for our hood. We have Mila Sapolu, Vivian. We have and all the OGs. Molly, Pele, Siavani, New. He's one half of Sadao, the OG soul R&B crew. Like they were all around our hood, I think, after all that tragedy that was happening in the early 2000s. All the gang stuff, all the Samoan versus Tonga stuff. But that grounding and that mentorship that I gained from them, of them teaching me. I remember going camp once, and then at the back of the campus, at the back of the hall was this banner, just before our first like praise and worship session, and just like talk, our just before our first session, it said only the hood can save the hood, and that still rings true to today, and I still feel like it will ring true until the hood comes out of poverty mindset and we have an upper hand in a better living, a quality lifestyle. And I've kind of like flipped it, and a lot of other people say it as well. Like only the hood can heal the hood, not really saving, but healing from the inside out. Like, yeah. And so being a part of them early 2000, I think it was 06, '07, yeah, around those years. And then by '08, um, starting one of the boys started the crew, started picking from around the different hoods. Kevin, that's how I started dancing. He asked me after my two brothers um, if I wanted to join the crew. Yo, I joined. Through that, we're at the place that the youth center was at was called Cross Power. Cross Power was the home for a lot of different companies, and one of the companies was 274 Youth Corps, and right next to 274 Youth Corps was Desire Dance Academy. And so Desire had an opportunity with their dance crews. Desire, who are the OG pioneers, foundation of New Zealand hip hop, first to represent New Zealand and first to bring medal home. They brought a silver home in 2006 from the World Champs, and they had a junior crew that asked our junior crew from the hood, just little snotty hoary kids, probably hadn't had a shower in a couple of days, rolling on $5 for the week, lunch money. They asked us, "Oh, would two of you guys want to join?" And so I was one of them. So that was the only one that stayed and went over. And yeah, at 11 years old, got to go to Las Vegas, represent New Zealand. Came away with fourth place, and yeah, that kind of was my first eye-opening experience into the world outside of New Zealand. I mean, that was the first time I left Auckland, first time on a plane. I think I would have went to Hamilton or somewhere in the North Island with family, but first time outside, overseas. Fast forward. I had been with Desire for about 5 years, going from juniors to varsity. Yeah, juniors to varsity. So yeah, started at 11. I think I left there when I was about 17. Yeah, 16, 17. Yeah, and then from there I joined Prestige, and Prestige, I owe them, the kudos, the credit that helped me to become a man. Through that brotherhood, through the values that we lived by and we do live by today. Um, yeah, it was such a safe place to be myself. All males, all men, learning, and they've seen me at my lowest, um, and they've seen me at my highest as well. And um, yeah, yeah. Being a part of them really shaped me to kind of mature in my not only my movement but also my mentality as well, and my mindset. And through that transition, I had 1 year at Prestige. So I did 1 year at Prestige in 2015. In 2016, I finished high school and I was going to study a Bachelor of Arts. And during that process, I was going from Papakura High School, where I was barely scraping attendance in my last year, passing with merit and excellence through the arts, right? Through drama, through music, through dance, and through math. I love math. Yeah, and I was doing that for one semester. But at the same time, at the start of the year, I came to an audition with Mad Messenger over here, and they auditioned me for the theater show called Ruthless. My music teacher in year 13 was Monica Chingfuk, and she was the music producer, music director of theater show. And so she told me, "Hey, come audition for this." So I was like, "Oh, yo, let's give it a try." I didn't sing. I didn't want to go in as a singer because I only sang at school, trying to give it a try. But mom's really pushed me out of my comfort zone to do that. And through that experience, I had taken drama for my last 2 years in high school, and that really sparked my passion, I guess, for storytelling. And so through that, being able to do the theater show with Pete, and traveling all around New Zealand, going to Queensland, doing a Queensland tour, and with a powerful story as well, and with like Southside flavor, and bloody excellent cast, and an excellent cast like, man, I grew so much through that experience also. Yeah, but that was kind of my spark for wanting to storytell, doing it the Polynesian way, doing it, yeah, with humor and with, um, what would you say, like doing it, making the crowd laugh, also making the crowd cry, also making the crowd think deeply, and leave away with something empowering and inspiring, um, and doing it at an excellent level. Yeah. So I done that in 2016, and then the following year in 2017. No, sorry. At the end of 2016, I was set to like no. At the end of 2016, I did my first TV show called Game of Thrones. Damn, this is a long ass story. I'm trying to get into the point of
That's good,
uh
mate.
shall
Autobiography. It's gonna come in handy
yo
one day when they do a movie
yeah,
on you.
thank you, Phil. I respect that. Um, but yeah, the that 2016, I had dropped out of. I told my dad, you know, nah, how do I tell him? He kept waking me up, and I was like, oh, I'm working from home. Oh, I'm working from home. Oh, I'm studying from home. I didn't need to go in. I was sick of traveling out to town, and at the time I wasn't mature enough to have that independence on me. You know, the independent responsibility to go and take my own learning into my own hands. You know, not get my hand held, like I guess I was kind of at Papakura High School. Um, yeah. But at the end of 2016, I did Game of Thrones, the reality TV show. I was able to win that. I left that like really confident to be in front of screen, to talk, to um, to believe in myself. And at the start of 2017, I had jumped back into Prestige, but my heart was still in performing, performing theater, performing in acting, being in front of the screen. And so I auditioned for from Game of Thrones, one of the funny Bells, um, Anafella. She asked me to audition for her husband Vela Manusalte, the Nguyen OG Killer Coconut Crew. Um, Vela's short film called The Messiah, and I got the main part. I was set to become the Messiah um, character in his play, which was real funny. It was definitely a funny role, and I was super keen for it. But by the time I was dancing with Prestige, we had come to nationals that year, and we had already done regionals. But then come nationals on the week of, they send me out the schedule for the Messiah, uh, and they say that the opening day is on our first round of our nationals for Prestige. So our opening day of filming for the Messiah clashed with our first round of Prestige prelims, and on the morning of, I get on a call with both the producer, and the what do you call that? The person that's in charge of the cast, and then I get on the phone with my leaders of my crew. My leaders of my crew, Jesse and Ellie, both go, "Us, whatever you do, it's up to you. We can work it out." And then I called the producers, and they said, "Hey, it's totally up to you. They're just gonna have to make this decision." And so there's both teams, wanting me. If I leave Prestige, they're gonna have to reformat the whole set in one day. They're gonna have to take me out and fill my gaps. If I leave the short film, they're gonna have to replace my role with someone else, and then someone else has to replace that role and that role, until they set with that. And so that ultimatum was a bit tough. I was in my bed just like on the phone calls, and then I was literally bawling my eyes out like those gungis, like. um, but at the end of the day, I felt like if I had gone to the Messiah, I would have been selfish, you know, only because I had known Prestige longer than this team. You know, I had already built a foundation, a bond, a relationship, a brotherhood for 2.5 years, and this is how I'm gonna treat them. And so at that point, I was like, even though this is what I want to go into, I'll sacrifice that to, be for the brothers. But my brothers were dancing as well, my real brothers, my blood brothers. But yeah, so I chose that over that, and yeah, that was a hearty experience. But still, that's kind of where I left the acting, the theater, and performing side off. And yeah, since then, after winning that Maori TV produced by Tiki Lounge, who produces Fresh and stuff, Game of Thrones, Fresh did give me, well, Tiki Lounge did give me a lot of little roles in Fresh and little jobs here and there, little acting jobs, but nothing was really sending it for me. And I think last year, coming into that role of Panthers, yeah, I think I was ready to kind of get back into it. Yeah, I think I had matured enough in the sense that I've learned a lot about the road now. I mean, me and my cousin Petia over there, like, we've talked about some pretty crazy conspiracies, regarding like religion, like that not your average person is like ready to hear and like try and jump down that rabbit hole. But I feel like I've learned a lot of extremes of life. I've learned how to support myself. I've learned how to work for myself, and I think at that level of like growth or independence, I think that's where I kind of felt the urge to like go and do this. Go put yourself in these uncomfortable situations of acting and becoming a different version of myself, per se. Playing these different characters. Yeah, I think I was just like, man, I don't. My level of care for what people think of me has like really dropped, and I'm done with like asking for validation from people. So I'm ready to just really do me, and yeah, it's been an experience. Still lessons along the way, still lessons that I've still got to learn. But I'm really keen to jump into the storytelling space. Yeah, especially our stories, especially if it's for a cause that ripples out for generations, that reflects truths that can surpass time. Yeah, I'm all down for it. And if it's to inspire my friends from the hood that I grew up with, if it's to inspire their kids, if it's to inspire my own family, man, yeah, if it's to inspire myself and my partner and my soon to be born baby, like, and I'm all for it, because I know my baby's gonna grow up and then get to know who I was, and I want to leave something that they'll be proud of, but not looking at imitating my lifestyle, but not looking at imitating me, but looking at taking the ethics of what I do and values and principles, and then taking it into whatever they want to do.
Judge,
Yeah,
that's
and so
mean,
that's
bro.
me. That's Yeah. Thank you for listening to my autobiography.
And there's more. This that what a mean journey. And the crazy thing is, you're still
4.
24, and you've already made some massive decisions, bro. Just in terms of that decision you had to make between the Messiah and the Prestige, do you have any regrets? And
Nah,
if
no regrets.
you had the chance to do it again, what would you pick?
Yeah, I still pick Prestige. Nah,
That's
I don't like entertaining regrets.
nice.
Everything happens for a reason, and I don't know what my relationship would be like with my Prestige brothers. Had I dogged them like that.
That's me.
But Oh man, very good. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, one more thing. On the Messiah, the person who replaced my role. Shout out to Hans Five Eye Jackson if you're watching my low. He's Niuean. He was someone that I looked up to because we had a lot of mutual friends, and he was playing my right hand man in that short film. But when I left here to fill in that role on the day off, he did kind of know my role, but I still look up to him today as an artist. And through this dance theater show that I've been doing called Atelier Ole Crescent, we showcased it in June this year. I was able to finally jam a project with him, on that level. And so when I look at him and like we catch up and we're like, wow, man, full circle, Malo. Like we didn't get to work back then, but we still get to jam now. And so we're 2 of 5 in the cast, and yeah,
That's awesome,
I'm
bro.
grateful for those experiences there, those full circle moments.
That's cool. You mentioned something in Prestige where the men or the guys, the brotherhood that was created, really helped shape who you are. How important was having influential people around you during that time and even throughout your journey? Because you see it in when you came up in the youth, and you mentioned all the OGs like the Ellen Vatters and all that.
Yeah.
And then even in Prestige and how important is it to for a man to have these spaces?
And I think I've heard it, like Will Smith has said it, Denzel Washington has said it, like all these greats have said it online of like, the 5 people around you is the average of you, like, and through that, like we stand by the principles. Number one is all aspects. So growing in not just dance, but in all aspects of life, and holding the excellence that we give into dance and showing that same excellence and effort. Um, and yeah, all the determination that goes into prestige and as a dancer should be the same thing that you reflect in your family time, giving your best to your family, giving the best to other commitments, whether I was dancing, whether I was, dancing for a gig, for a commercial or whatever, acting for whatever, I'll still give my best to that. And that's something that I definitely hold like dear to my heart, to be great in all aspects, be excellent in all aspects. And the other thing was just the transparency. The transparency, we were never like whispers about money. We were never like, okay, Prestige gets this. Oh, you guys get this. You guys don't know what Prestige gets. We were always transparent. Like, this is how much Prestige is getting. This is how much we have in the, in our kit. This is how much we're going to get paid for this job. And so, I think just learning from that, and just being surrounded by like guys that reflect the same characters as me, like because they grew up similar to myself. Like I'm able to be myself and also able to be different. Able to be. They allow me to be myself in a way that that they're not judging. Like yeah. And like I said, they've seen me go through some weird crap, like some like trauma dealing, healing stuff. And I'm eternally grateful for that, because still today they still got my back through it. They've seen me come out the other end. And so I definitely think that's very important for anyone that's listening. Like, just analyze the people that you hang out with, analyze the people that you give your time to, because sometimes you're giving your time to them, but they're not giving their time back. And I always try and give my time to people who give me their time. You know what I mean? And I try to sing out to people that I care about, if they're not hitting me up. So yeah,
That's
definitely
mean, bro.
important as well.
That's cool. And I guess that that naturally evolved into your role as a youth worker.
Oh yeah. I was like, what's the point? What was the reason? The reason of my story was that my mentors that installed foundations in me, like how to serve, how to remain humble, and you know, after doing something great, to remain under humility and modesty, because you get too high, you're gonna have to fall, buddy. um, things like um, how to watch your language around adults, how to treat a woman, you know, how to respect a woman, respect your mom. Uh, yeah, yeah, things like that. These are the same lessons that I learned as a kid. That I'm like I've always done like community classes as a kid, like growing up. And so my heart's always gonna be, you know, with the community. I think at this point now, I'm grateful with the little work that I can do at Monroe High School. You know, with 15 to 20 boys a year, at the age of 14 to 15, just trying to find their way in life, but not given the best hand growing up, you know, or the system not understanding them.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, I'm teaching them the same things of, you know, there's consequences to actions. You gotta, like, man, if you don't believe in yourself, like, no one's gonna believe in you, you know. Or you're not gonna believe their words if they're trying to talk to you. You know what I mean? And so I'm trying to build that self confidence, that self love, the self care, um, the willingness to try new things, um, and how to serve, how to be the cool guy without being the loud guy, um, and yeah. Just a small thing, and just doing you, you know, like not trying to cookie cut them into, you know, one way, but allowing them to, like, yo, if this is your avenue, if this is your interest, passions, your hobbies, man, if you really love it, you'll put in the work for it, you know, and just trying to build that mindset around work ethic and whatnot.
That's me, bro. And the cool thing about you is that you're modeling to these kids what that looks like. You're
Mm.
demonstrating and the stuff that you get into, and you're with these young people because it's like an alternative day. You're with them every day, from
Every
Monday
day.
to Friday. So that's pretty cool, man. What a awesome opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Inshallah. So yeah,
mm,
I didn't go there as, you know, Phoenix the artist. You know, I'm just there as their older brother. You know, just being ground level
yeah,
with them. You
that's
know,
cool.
it's
What's
been
been the
cool. That's
most challenging part in youth work or teacher aid?
I think in my first year at Manudela High School was, that was a tough one. In my first year, it was trying to heal them when I was broken as well. You know, the blind leading the blind, or the lesser blind leading the blind. Well, I don't know. Maybe I was more blind than him. But trying to give my best every day, even though some days I just wanted to just stay home, not even answer to calls, not even email my absence, not even calling sick. Um,
Well,
I think that was, yeah. If I'm being truly honest, that's the hardest part. Like, everything else is easy now because I think I'm better. Um, and we've done the program. This is our third round, and we've kind of got the hang of it, and so we know what to do, like, kind of thing. So I can't really think of what's been too hard. Um, yeah. All the other things are like real technical things, but
mm,
personally, that's been my hardest thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Self care, eh?
self care. Yeah,
That's
can't
cool.
pour from an empty cup.
Yeah, hard up. I know what that's like. No, that's cool. So, like, how do you deal with self-care? Because before lockdown, you're heavily involved in many projects. We just finished seeing you on TV that we'll talk about soon. Um, did lockdown come at the right time for you, or were you able to manage all these different projects well? Do you have a good self-care plan, or was it just, I don't know, what was it like for you, Phoenix?
At the end of 2019, so like I literally crashed there, and I was just like, I'm gonna be straight. I was crying to my missus like almost every second day, just like, maybe mommy issues, maybe mommy's boy issues. Nah. But I'm grateful that she stayed strong when I was weak, and vice versa. There's been times where I've been able to hold it down for us. Um, but yeah, lockdown came at the perfect time. Like, I healed through 2020, even though that COVID was around. Like, I was I was coming down off my high horse to touch the grass with my feet and reconnect with like the beauty of life rather than um what do you call it, shunning the world, like trying to look at the flaws of life. um it really like at the end of 2019 or so, like I literally was like losing my identity because I guess my, like Jim Carrey says this, it was kind of funny, like um that like you're when you're depressed, you need deep rest.
Ooh.
And lockdown gave me that time to just rest and reflect. And depression is your your body or your soul telling your body, I'm sick of playing this character. I'm sick of trying to be someone that I don't agree with. That I don't. And so in 2020, at the start of 2020, I was literally like trying to find my voice again. Also, like I felt like the voice in my head wasn't benefiting me, or I was living in a state of fear, and I was scared of the world. I was scared of how people would look at me. Um, and so I didn't want to like talk, like legit. I didn't want to talk to anyone
Wow.
because I was trying to, find the voice of my soul, my spirit, um, like really be me, like don't try and be a hard, like tough guy. Don't try and be a cool guy. Like, man, just be you. Like, literally, just be you. And yeah, I think that definitely came at the right time, and I was just slowly developing, and I'd have like times like just checkpoints in the year last year of 2020, like with my partner, like, man, I think I've done pretty good, like, but I think, yeah, like I'm really proud of myself, like, with the progress. I'm doing way better than last year in my work. I'm answering to emails ASAP. I'm I'm scheduling what I need to do. I'm lesson planning for our boys. I'm calling up parents to double check if if their online work is going good. Um, yeah, and so 2020 definitely was a savior for me, even though I know for some it wasn't the best year. But man, every man has their season, and I know there's gonna be other seasons that will be difficult for me, but I'm grateful that I went through that, so that I could come out this end day. This too shall pass.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's
super
me.
grateful.
Also, in terms of that state of leading up to depression.
Mm.
I sound like a counselor now. you, you can ask to pass or like just carry on, but
Yeah.
like yeah, the context of leading into that place where you're losing your identity? Was it due to like just being involved in heaps of things, giving out of yourself, or was it just something you were going through during that time?
Yeah, it was something that I had kind of. It was a skeleton in my closet,
Okay.
but I guess the skeleton still had a body because it was still living,
Oh, me.
and it had to be um, that part of me had to be shredded in,
Cool.
and yeah, that's what I was saying. Like with Prestige, like they seen me go through that bull smack,
Wow.
and man, I wouldn't have wanted to be them around me. Like it's
Wow.
that like that bad, eh?
Cool.
Because I was just off. Yeah, I just wasn't present because I was trying to live in a predictable future as anxiety.
Wow.
But sometimes you wanna just be home in your comfort zone
Yeah.
and not be judged by anyone. I guess. Yeah.
Um, so other than the missus like really being there for you and being your sounding board, was there
Mm.
um other was there other avenues that helped you like process all of this and help you get through to the other end? Like, did you take therapy, or did the Prestige Boys really were there for you, or was it just something that you had to like sit on your own and really process yourself?
Yeah. Now no one really knew other than my partner that I was like going through that stuff. Um, and lockdown really just gave me time to just be still. Be still. At the same time last year, I I stopped smoking weed as well.
Wow.
I know I'm a fake Rasta.
That's right. I
um,
remember you going live sometimes and rolling up.
honest on Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram. I remember going on the lives like, hey, this guy, the man,
How
Rasta.
much me?
Oh,
Nah, that's
me.
just that was just me trying to feel creative here with my artistry.
That's cool.
I was even doing it with my mom here. My gosh. Oh wow, I just exposed my mom. But I love my mom. But yeah, I stopped smoking weed because I think through that process as well, like the weed wasn't getting me high anymore. It was getting me down, taking me
Wow.
low. Yeah, it was getting me in my head. That's what I was saying with like the trying to like the paranoia that some people have experienced on weed.
Yeah.
I might just have a different blood type and my brain reacts differently to the weed. Um, maybe it was environment. I'm not too sure. Maybe it was just me having to because I know that drugs are enhancers. They enhance differently. And I guess I wasn't well when I was sober. So when I was smoking weed, it was just making that unwellness more unwell. um,
All right.
and so, yeah, that was a process for me. But really also like I can't really say there was someone like people were hitting me up now and then. But I think for the most part, like no one was carrying my hand other than my missus, like, holding my hand. Not holding my hand, but like with me, walking it through this process with me, not pulling me along, like dragging me. But yeah, yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh man.
That's
First,
kind of
sorry to
what a
find
start.
out that you went through that, bro. It was, yeah. But thanks for sharing it too. Thanks for being real
Oh,
about
man.
it. And I guess because you're not the only one that's probably being gone through it, or someone might be watching this. Okay, shucks, I'm going through that now, but don't know how to put words to it.
Yeah, I hope so.
So yeah. So like, what do you have any encouragement for any anyone that's going through this a similar situation, or find a good
Encouragement.
missus, or quit
That's
weed?
a that's a big one. I mean, like whatever isn't serving you, like make the decision to stand up for yourself, like, and it's okay to say no to things, even if it's the thing that everyone's doing. Like,
Nice.
um, yeah, like, try and be conscious if something isn't working for you, or if you're not, happy about something. Um, like I said at the start of this talk, like, man, only you can save yourself. Um, like, on that level, like, I will, open my door for you. Like, this is like, put it in a analogy of God. Like, God will open the door for you, but God's not gonna make you walk through. It's up to you if you want to walk through the change, through new life, through a challenging season that's gonna teach you more than staying the same. You know what I mean? And I guess practical things. Meditate. Meditate. Go for walks. Work on your breathing, because I know that anxiety is just irregular rhythm of breathing and an overload of thinking. So if you can control your breath, you can control the pace of your mind. And there's a lot of guided meditations on YouTube for free. Just check on meditation music and just be there and try not to think. Then sometimes you don't have to think. You have to give the mind a rest, because sometimes the brain can be more loud than the outside. And that's what I was finding myself when I was smoking weed. Like, I would be with other people, but when they talk, I'm so in fear that I block my ears without going like this. I speak in my head what I expect them to say, and therefore I'm kind of talking to myself in that sense. So it's weird, but I know some people that are anxious when they are anxious or going through anxiety. Um, yeah, I know that the mind is quite, noisy. And just one big thing, and this is something that I want to like say publicly as well. Like, I want to put on my story, but I might get a lot of slack from it. But I found people saying my anxiety, oh, but my depression, oh, but my trauma. I want to advise anyone that's saying my illness, I want to encourage you to stop saying my, because you saying my is you claiming that it is yours, that it is in you and on you. And so say, like, instead of saying my anxiety, me and my partner have been saying this. It's like, you can say, oh, anxious thoughts were passing through me, or anxious thoughts came through my mind, and I had to really breathe that out. My depression, or the depression, the depression that I was going through was a result of this. Or yeah, but anxiety, the depression, anxiety thing. Depression is living in the past. Anxiety is living in a predictable future, and so trying to be present with meditation and looking around, smelling the air, just the little things of drinking some water, taking care of yourself, getting the right amount of sleep, drinking water, eating well, and working out. Man, take care of that. If you can convince your mind to do those things, then the mind is going to be in a much more healthier space to be giving you more positive like thoughts and positive emotions, and your body you'll be proud of yourself for taking care of yourself at the end of the day. Like, I'm proud of myself for going on this 5K run. Man, the double chin's coming, man. God damn.
That's why I got a beard, rules to hide it.
I wanted to expose myself to myself, man. Look in the mirror.
Oh, sure. So, but that's mean, bro. I never looked. That's a good encouragement, because I thought you were gonna say, "Don't say my depression. It's our depression." But I like how you worded it, like it something that passes, and when you can acknowledge it. That's pretty mean. It take
Yeah,
away the pressure of like
depression.
earning the day.
Yeah, the depression that I'm experiencing, or the
Yeah.
anxious thoughts that are coming to my mind, that I gotta, and the trauma, or say like detach yourself from it so that you stop um claiming it, like owning it. Like if you're trying to let it go, let it go. You know what I mean? And but oh man, this is a tough one, my also. But like, don't hold your trauma as a trophy. You know what I mean? Like, your trauma isn't your reason to be down. Your trauma isn't your reason to uh, skip something. Um, and if it's legit and it's still fresh, like I'm not being ignorant here, and I'm not being dismissive. But if if you notice yourself, because I know I did it. I knew I was like, oh, I'm just not well. I didn't feel like doing this. And I'll make up some excuses not to go. But yeah, when I say don't say my trauma, it's because what you're doing to others is saying, it's okay to hold on to a bad experience and let it keep affecting you, and let it keep replaying those same negative emotions, um just replaying that negative narrative in your head. Because what you're really doing is saying, you're waving around your trophy like, oh, here's my trauma trophy, feel sorry for me, and that's what I learned through that experience last year, was to not be a victim of life, be a victor of life,
Nice.
And my also Alistair told me that, don't be a victim, be a victor. Stop holding
Nice.
onto your pain as your own. It was something that God, gave to your journey so that you can learn something through, and you can teach something, break the cycle, so you can teach others, and you know teach others to how to deal with it, or teach others on how to prevent it from happening in their family and future generations, and all of
That's
that.
powerful,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
I love that, bro.
yeah. Trauma trophy, TM.
That's awesome. Something I've learned lately, because there's a season for everything, and sometimes, yeah, sit in the trauma,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. They sit in there forever. But also something I've learned as a person trying to support someone that's in the mud, because sometimes, like when you're the person that's going through it, the last thing you want is someone always being positive and trying to give you a word of encouragement. It's like,
Yeah.
why don't you just come and
100.
sit with me? Why don't you just come and just sit with me here? I don't need you to say anything. I just need you to be here with me and be my friend and just be present. And I think when I'm hearing your story, that was your missus for you, that she sat with you. She probably gave you a few punches in the face to say, hey, get up.
Yeah.
But
I don't. Yeah. Nah, she definitely did.
that's cool.
Yeah, and like through it, I was almost like sad that I had to like give her some of that baggage as well. Like I
Yeah.
know that she wasn't as happy as before. I know that she was matching my energy to make me feel like she was real empathetic with me, and yeah, I'm grateful for her. Like, but
That's
yeah,
me.
we're all good now. We're happy. We are blessed. Uh, we love being in love, and you know the honeymoon
Yeah.
phase only ends when baby turns into babe.
uh,
Made it. You hear that?
Nah, she knows I was gonna status that, eh?
oh man.
The honeymoon phase is over when the two syllables turns to one.
There's crack up. Um Oh, shucks. We've gone into an hour and into this, and people are wondering who's this other guy that's on the Zoom call. Well, that's Mad
yo.
Messenger. That's Pete. He's one of the members of Mandate, but he's our artist. So what we're doing for everyone that gets to come and speak on this platform, Mad Messenger will do a sketch of our guests and we will give them, because we're Pohara, we're still waiting for our sponsors at the moment.
Yeah.
Our only sponsor is AOK, Acts of Kindness, and my business Skux Deluxe. But while we generate some income and get some sponsors, then we'll start paying our speakers. So shout out to Mad Messenger.
Yo, someone also check out.
Oh, Shadows. Before your nephew comes and kicks you out, just really wanted to, because you were busy this year, and off the record, and up to you if you want to share on the record, but you talked about burnout. So yeah, did you want to touch base on that?
Yo, yeah, also. I think it's something that I'm gonna continue to, relearn or learn more deeply is on how to say no to things, like, and how to say, I guess, not that I don't not want to please them, like it's not that I'm not trying to, not that I'm trying to please someone, but I'm trying to be in like my heart's in it. I want to be a part of it. I'll try and make it work. You know what I mean? Like, and saying yes to a lot of things that my values align with, that my character and heart, is in tune with. I think I put my hand up for things without taking into account like the load behind them. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. I think this past month, like, lockdown saved me also. Man, like I was like, did you do this for me? You do this for me, God. But yeah, like lockdown really saved me, and there's some like cons to it as well. But in the sense, like, man, I was still dancing for one crew on Sundays. I was still working, 9 to 5, 8 to 4, mahi. But there were things that were in. I think when I try and plan and schedule, I try to make it work, like, because I know I can if I'm there and the timing is all good. Like I can do it, but things were clashing, and I think it's I've never been good with calendars. I was good with monthly calendars, but now our monthly calendar is like kind of half behind our closet, so yeah, it's not the most appealing to look at, or it doesn't say come in, plan on me, come and plan on me. It's like, yeah. But in August to September, that whole shift, I was planning a club night on. It was like end of September to the start of August. Sorry, end of August to the start of September. Was like there were 3 weekends where I was just like, man, how am I gonna make this work? I need to get my baby shower in there, and one weekend there was a baby show on one weekend. We would get like a lot of free stuff by going to this conference, or what do you call those, like, this expos. There's a baby expo on. So I was like trying to plan that, trying to plan the baby shower, trying to plan a fundraiser for our dance crew, Desire 3.0. That there was a music video that I was trying to fit in for Young Sid's track, Don't Run, filming that. And it was on the span of like 3 weeks. And also there was a tour down to Gisborne for Brisbane. Oh, sorry, Wellington. There was a tour down in Wellington for that dance show that I was doing, and so within August to September, I think it was just like I couldn't map out like which was where, and I think I get into the state of like, oh, like like man, my messages are full, my emails are full. Like I literally don't want to look at this mountain of I don't want to fold this mountain of clothes. You know what I mean? I don't want to put these into where they meant to go. And yeah, I think just trying to, and on top of that burnout of like trying to make that stuff work was I was still trying to do my trading business, my individual personal goals with my trading, trying to prioritize that while also trying to support my partner, and our baby, with aroha, with quality time, with massages, with midi, with talking to my baby, with having dinner with my missus, feeding her and baby, and with the pre-pressure of about to really actually become a father, and like now waking up every day, I'm not just thinking about myself anymore. You know what I mean? I'm gonna wake up and my first priority is this human being.
Yeah.
So it's getting real, and I think just all of it was just playing on my mind and I just really wanted to say sorry I can't do that, and sorry I can't do this, sorry I can't do that. Like I'm out, I'm for my family, I only care about my family right now. You know what I mean? And it almost got to that point, but lockdown did it for me. and lockdown said push back.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'm really grateful for that experience. Yeah, everything's being pushed back. We might not be able to do a baby shower. In level 4, only one person can be in the delivery room with my partner. So obviously me.
Or is it you?
Huh?
If you already talked to the in-laws, that's gonna be you.
Yeah, of course. Of course, yeah. I'm fighting for that.
When you get to delivery, okay. Hey, what are you doing here?
This is my daughter. Yeah. My granddaughter. Nah, they know.
That's cool.
They know the king is, meant to
Oh.
be.
And any viewers want to sponsor some nappies and some baby stuff, send it to Mandate. We'll take in everything. We take sponsorship, donations, hand-me-downs, size 12 Nike shoes, whatever. Oh, that's meanings. So you've had 3 weeks to reflect on all of this.
Yeah.
And I guess the whole healing process. Do you feel like you're coming out of burnout, and what are some lessons you've learned about yourself so you don't get back into that trap of
calendar?
Calendar's
the big one, like, but physical doesn't. I mean, yeah, like digital calendars didn't work for me. Maybe I got to make myself work for it. Physical ones. I have a diary like this big.
Yeah.
Like an A4, a day per page diary, which like isn't the most convenient and taking around.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a weekly, the weekly per one page is good, but I just haven't found something that resonates with me and like, yeah. Or maybe it's just something that I don't have to, like, it doesn't have to. It's something that I just have to do. Like, stop making excuses around and actually put on a plan on. Yeah.
Also, a lot of the stuff you're heavily involved with a lot of stuff, and a lot of people like fighting for your time, and it's not easy to manage. So I guess I don't know. This is just big brother to little also. or someone from the outside looking in, and someone that's been there also is like looking at, okay, what are the stuff I'm going to pour out my energy towards, and what are the stuff I'm going to just have to say, sorry, I can't. And you know, baby's a great excuse. It's like, sorry, I can't do this. I got a baby. And
everyone's like, yeah, you go do that. Like,
and listen to the missus, mate. She's usually the one that has all the wisdom and knows our blind spots, and would know, hey, I think you're a bit too much, because I get it all the time. I've been with my wife for nearly 20 years, and she's still correcting me and still getting pissed off at me with some of the stuff I put my hand to.
Actually, nah, definitely, she's the one who told me, like, man, we had a pretty big, clash of like I was putting dance before family and other commitments, and she's the one that put it into perspective for me, like, are you gonna do this when baby comes? Like, man, you gotta really like pull back. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be like the month before baby, which is this month, that I'll just be like free on everything. Which it is. Like, I told everyone, like, nah, I'm unavailable now. Even in like for the next 2 or 3 months, like, I'm gonna be unavailable, off the grid, just trying to, support baby in those that first stage. Yeah. And he really put that in perspective for me to like just start sacrificing, start putting in leave, letting people know that I'm unavailable from this time.
So is this your way of telling us this is your leave you're putting in for the next 3 months?
If you call it like that. I mean, I could do I don't know, some like digital stuff from where I'm at.
Yeah,
okay. Good.
Bro, your guys just suddenly just brilliant.
Hey man, we're here to support you. That's what Mandate's about, We're here to
100%.
offer each other, and we're gonna expect a Zoom call when you go into the delivery room. We want to see everything. Nah, not everything. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's me. Yo, oh, hot. Yeah, I'm catching my first seat. I was telling them Mrs. A, because she's like, after you grab baby, skin to skin with me.
Yeah.
You bring baby to me. So I was like, can I kiss baby before? Like, I guess, like, at least. I was like, oh yeah, sweet.
That's cool.
Yeah, and going through this haputanga Māori antenatal classes, well, a Māori lens on antenatal classes. We're doing it for the last 6-7 weeks, and man, it's just like eye-opening, just the beauty of this process, before and when baby's here. Like, man, just learned so much, Learned so much, and yeah.
That's cool. Wow. So we talked about Phoenix, the artist, the dancer, the youth worker, Phoenix, the son. But pretty soon it's going to be Phoenix, the father. And it's really exciting. Also, you're 24, but you've been through some real good battles and a mean-ass journey. And the thing I love about you is how you're able to like self-reflect. You have a good awareness of who you are. You've got some awesome people around you, and just know that we're here. We're looking forward to baby coming, and yeah. How excited are you about being a dad, bro? Especially it's a girl.
Like, man, I'm super excited also. Like, I'm trying to not anticipate it too much. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to think, this is how I'm going to be as a dad, this is how I'm going to be as a dad, this is how I'm going to be as a dad. And then I'm not even like just present with my baby and just saying, yo, let's grow together. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna be fixed. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of like, I'm never gonna be 100% like grown. Like, I'm never gonna know everything. So as well as she's growing. This is a first take of not many people know, but I'm gonna shave my head so I can grow my hair with baby again. You know,
Wow.
and go back out, reset. Kind of like when I came to Ruthless Pete, and then my hair was going through that process.
Wow.
Yeah, real similar to that. So yeah, I'm super excited just to learn from baby just as much as I'm gonna try teach baby some things there.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man. So
Yeah.
you're gonna be
Yeah.
like Meals.
Yep, that's us.
The only problem is you just don't grow back.
I mean, my kids have pushed my bloody hairline back, so I'm already
Damn.
losing some of my
Should,
box.
should sell your heels.
You wanna buy it?
I'll buy it. I'll put on Trade Me for you. Okay, this is Phoenix Puleanga's here.
Take it, buy it, smell it, wash it.
Oh.
Use it as a scrub.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's exciting, bro.
We're gonna bury it, eh? We're gonna bury it with baby's placenta.
Placenta. Wow.
Yeah. So we've created the clay pot where we put the placenta in, and then when we're ready, we're gonna bury it. And they said bury it with all the fear of baby, you know, of baby passing or baby getting illness or baby getting things. Once you bury the placenta, the whenua, the house, the home, bury it with the fear of something happening to our baby. And so we're gonna cut off our dreads. I think might do a haircut ceremony. So this is my invitation, not to everyone watching, just to these two guys here and the other Mandate brothers. We're gonna have a haircutting ceremony, as well as like a post baby shower. Like yeah. Baby,
that's cool.
And baby's gonna be here as well, so people can come see the goat.
That's me.
The pre-goat, the baby goat.
That's cool.
But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
So what's next for Phoenix, the man?
Phoenix the father. I'm not too sure, also at the moment. It's reflecting. I mean, I'm just focusing on baby right now.
That's good.
But once baby does come, I think it'll be settling down stuff, hey? More like, looking for different avenues of income, maybe finding a new job, maybe getting that agent that I was talking about, finding an agent that I trust, finding an agent that I have a good relationship with that can send me auditions to go, work to audition for, and push me. Yeah, but I think it's going to be a lot of growth. I feel like just working on me and my family. I think working on myself so that I can, become a better performer, better actor. Refining the sword, or our tool, and yeah, just getting better at this thing called life, I guess.
That's me.
Yeah. So nothing too ahead of. I don't know what next year looks like other than a few shows. But other than that, also, I'm just keen to grow with my baby.
Grow and enjoy the journey, eh?
Hard out.
That's
Talk
me.
to them every day, and yeah. Take it day by day. Oh, that's another thing of what 2020 taught me is don't try and look at overnight healing. It's gonna be a long process to heal. So just take every day at a time. And something else my also told me, take it day at a time. Don't try and conquer the world in one day. Then try and chip away.
Yeah.
Just like anything. Can't be Kobe in one night.
One training session.
Yeah.
That's me. That's good advice. So to all our youngins out there, because all of us grew up in South Auckland, and there seems to be different avenues that our young people can take. There's always something that's trying to tug at you for your attention, and we sort of look for things to belong to. And like, you grew up in the heart of Otara, and there's certain influences in your life that have been pivotal in your growth and shaped you as a man. And then there's others that sort of fall through the cracks and go down a different pathway. And we've seen that we live amongst them. We've got peers and friends and family members that are all part of that journey. What is a hope for you, for our young people of South Auckland?
Damn. I hope for me, South Auckland. I mean, if I'm gonna take it like in the micro of my own hood, when I go to Otara, because I now live in Rewa, like I feel like a foreigner when I go to Otara. I feel like everyone's looking at me like, "Hey, you're soft now." Sitting out in Weymouth near the beach. My hope for Southside or youngins out there is I guess like find you first, you know what I mean? Like find who you are, what you like. And I know we're always constantly changing and growing, but if you can put chapters or like milestones or capstones on, you know, who you are and what you'd like to do, I feel like that's the first step to, you know, living a quality life, and being yourself. Yeah, don't be afraid to be yourself, because no one can replicate that. You know, you get your own thoughts, you get your own feelings, you get your own signs and wonders from the higher, you know, the higher being, the higher power. And yeah, I think if you're having any, like I hear this from students all the time, like, oh, what do you think I should do after school? I just say, ask yourself, you know, like really take some time, some quiet time to be with yourself and genuinely ask yourself, what do you care about? If you're wanting to make change, what change or what things piss you off and you see a gap that you want to fill? You know, what change do you want to do in the world? Fill it, you know what I mean? And do it your way, you know, don't do it anyone else's way. Do it your way, because everyone's here for their own purpose.
Nice.
Yeah. But
Love that, bro.
be you. Be you, and don't be ashamed to be you.
Love that.
Yeah.
Phoenix. Thank you for your time, brother. That's got a lot of good gems out of this Talanoa, and I know that different men of all ages, even women, can take a lot of content out of what's been shared tonight. But I think Mad Messenger looks like he has something he wants to present.
Awesome, yeah. Thanks, Phoenix. Thanks, Musu. It's a real quick sketch. So every time, like Charles was saying, we get a sketch for every guest speaker that comes in. So this is our kind of gift to them. And so you're our very first guest. Oops. And so yeah, this is for you, bro. Quick sketch for you, bro.
Hey.
Yeah, man. So,
Let's go.
So all the things you talked about, from the hood, the gatekeeping, your culture,
Wow.
Messiah, the Panthers, anxious. You talked about being anxious, but being victorious. 2020 World Champs, Las Vegas Youth Work, all that kind of stuff. Also, so yeah, man, this is for you. This for you.
That's
also, thank you, man. Yeah.
That's so cool. Shout also. That's me. So this probably be the last time we see you for the next few months.
No. I'm telling you, all my social medias. Call me.
It's, bro,
I'll
honestly,
say contact,
it's good to see
I'm
you
here to help
also.
where I can. Yo,
Yeah,
thank
hard
you.
up.
Cool.
It's good to see you, and I'm really excited for you as you step into this next chapter of your journey. And the cool thing about having kids is that it really teaches us about serving the other, or just growing like to that life is more than about ourselves. And so
Yo.
you're already selfless, but it's gonna be interesting to see this next growth of you. So thank you so much. We look forward to the haircutting ceremony, the baby shower, and the wedding. Oh, what?
Hey? Buy me a house before the wedding.
Oos, any final words you want to say?
Final words. Refine, unlock, and take charge.
Mandate.